Stand up or die on your knees. A girl leaves her hat on, but she holds her right hand over her heart. Go.
Attack. Day.
This is in honor of the American Gold Star mothers for their sacrifice and service and patriotism. A mother's tears were shed today for a battle long ago, her precious gift to a warrior son whose fate she'll never know. Not hero shiny medals for courage through their fears, no ribbon badge of honor can match a mother's tears. Marsha B. Majehi. And thank you to the mothers of Gold Star families and the families. The other wall. It does not stand in Washington by others of its kind, in prominence and dignity with mission clear defined. It does not list the men who died that training should cease, but speaks in silent eloquence of those who came in peace. This other wall is solemn white and cut in simple lines, and it nestles in the splendor of the Carolina pines. And on this wall there are the names of men who once had gone in friendship's name to offer aid to Beruit, Lebanon. They did not go as conquerors to bring a nation down, or for honor or for glory, or for praises or renown. When they landed on that foreign shore, their only thought in mind was the safety of its people and the good of all mankind. Though they offered only friendship and freedom holy breath, they were met with scorn and mockery and violence and death. So the story of their glory is not of battles fought, but of their love for freedom which was so dearly bought. And their wall shall stand forever, so long as freedom shines on the splendor and the glory of the Carolina pines. R.A. Gannon.
Beruit Memorial, honoring the men who gave their lives in Lebanon, 1982 through 1984. May we always remember those who are ready to protect our freedom. Commissioned by the people of Jacksonville, North Carolina, dedicated October 23rd, 1986.
They came in peace. So we're at the Beruit Wall at this moment. And these are all the people that died there or was killed there. David M. Green, U.S. Marine Corps. Danny R. Estes, U.S. Marine Corps. Sam Sherman, U.S. Marine Corps. John R. Allman, U.S. Marine Corps. I'll say a couple more. David L. Battle, U.S. Marine Corps. David L. Costner, U.S. Marine Corps. David M. Green, U.S. Marine Corps. Mark A. Helms, U.S. Marine Corps. We're all U.S. Marine Corps, except for I see a Navy up there. Marion E. Keys, U.S. Navy. Robert S. Holland, U.S. Navy. Mark L. Lange, U.S. Navy.
There's also Army. Ben Henry Maxwell, U.S. Army.
So we're in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and this is the Vietnam Memorial there. So we're going to start. The day is done, gone the sun, from the hills, from the lake, from the sky, all is well. Safely rest, God is nigh. Thanks and praise for our days. And we'll read the rest in a minute. So, neath the sunrise, we'll just read the rest as we're going in a minute, because we're going to see names. We'll have to walk the whole thing. So
we could go in there and see the water.
Okay.
See the water. This is really, big, isn't it?
Yeah. Pretty big. Bud's filming just in case I don't get it on video on this camera, because this camera's been acting up. Pretty awesome. Yeah. So let's go back out and do the names. I know what we could do. You go that side and I'll go this side and put it together. So Bud's gonna go that way and I'm gonna go this way and we'll meet together. So it'll be easier that way. We're gonna start at Z in honor of Sergeant Leroy E. Walker, U.S. Marine Corps, retired Vietnam, Beruit, veteran, love from your family. And there's all the names. When we get further in, I'll name some names off the wall. Because it goes all the way down. A memory salute of John A. Lejeune, one great leatherneck, 10 November 1929. Can you see the names? I don't know if you can. I can't see because of the sun. So there's Wright Michael Vincent. So we're going to walk, and it has all the little flags on the ground. We're in W. U. T. Roy, Tom. Thank you for your service. Sergeant Homer Doyle Spring, with love, Neil Homer, Cindy Jan, and Paul. I'm going to fix this flag here and bring it up.
And here's all the names. They got the names so close together. It's Staff Sergeant Lawrence, USMC 67 to 1975, from your loving family. Thank you, Staff Sergeant. Staff Sergeant Slaughter, retired, passed away. These are all the casualties from the Vietnam, and this one pane of glass. It's just filled. Lieutenant Glenn Mann, Marines, 1940 to 1965, by Commander J.T. Cheatham, U.S. Navy Reserve. Okay. So there's two mentions there, the man and Cheatham. Wow, each pane, I could just estimate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 5 represent each line, at least 5 military names. Like, I don't know what boss is, B-O-S-S, but it's Boss, Robert, Boise. Okay, so those are last names. These are all alphabetically ordered, so let's see if we can find yeah, we're in the B's. I guess they didn't do it just randomly. They put it in alphabetically so to make it easy to find the person you're looking for. And it just goes. Seems like forever with the names. Gunny Sergeant Richard Spencer, 1969, 1984. Those were years that he spent in, I'm sure, from your loving family. Thank you, Gunny Sergeant. Vietnam veterans dedicated this to Joe Pinari, Chapter 654, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Thank you, Vietnam veterans of America. Without their help, I tell you, a lot of people would not get necessary help that they're looking for.
Fix this one too. In memory of all tankers who served and those killed in action, U.S. Marine Corps Tankers and Association. So I started for our days, neath the sun, neath the stars, neath the sky, as we go. This we know, God is nigh. Glenn Ross, thank you for your service. Leonard King, thank you for your service. Dedicated to all who gave, all National Purple Heart Riders Association. Robert Allen. Robert Allen, thank you for your service. This is we know, God is nigh, fades the light and afar, goeth the day and the stars shineth bright. Lovelace, thank you for your service. And the stars shineth bright, farewell, fare thee well, day has gone, night is on, go to sleep. Dedicated to Wisconsin veterans who served and sacrificed. Kevin Peter. Thank you for your services. Fare thee well, day has gone, night is on. Go to sleep, peaceful sleep. May the members of our, in memory of all recon Marines and Navy corpsmen, James Richard
H. section.
So, we're
south.
joining together now. So go to sleep, peaceful sleep. May the members of our armed forces, God's keep, on the land or in the deep, safe and sleep. And thank you to everyone that has served, that are honored here. So, there's names on the ground. Crossroads of the Marine Corps, MPMA Incorporation, Chapter 32, Quantico, Virginia, preserving the legacy.
That's a big block.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, a lot more for those blocks.
Yeah, all the way around are those.
Let's see what this gun is.
Okay.
It's got me interested. This could be the Beruit. No, this was Montford Point. Okay.
It's an aircraft gun.
It's the M1A1 90 millimeter, a 90 millimeter anti-aircraft. Okay. So it's a gun. Basically it's a ship gun.
It was located in Whites Creek, Tennessee. It was refurbished in Union Bridge, Maryland. Its presence at the memorial commemorates the legacy of African Americans who trained at Montford Point Camp. It became the standard anti-craft artillery for the defense battalions of the Marine Corps, including Montford Point Camp's 51st Stand and 52nd Defense Battalions. The 90 millimeter gun was a multi-purpose weapon system that was used extensively throughout the Pacific theater during World War II. It was used primarily to engage air targets, but was also employed on the ground targets when necessary. The Montford Pointers eloquently dubbed this weapon system Lena Horne after the popular entertainer and civil rights activist, because when fired, the gun made beautiful rhythmic sounds as it completed its firing cycle.
You can see where that brass, that's a slide of the
Yeah.
mechanism can slide as he shoots, it recoils and kicks that shell back out. That would sound nice.
Yeah.
But it's vehicle towed. That's not they could put that gun on any ship, but this was a towed cannon.
This wasn't here when you were stationed here, was it?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look at it, but I was just here for a quick stop. But yeah, a lot of this is different now. That waterfall that
Yeah.
you see back there.
In recognition of the Montford Point Marines, every Marine from private to general will know the history of those men who crossed the threshold to fight not only the enemy they were soon to know overseas, but to the enemy of racism and segregation in their own country. The Marine Corps is better today because of a legacy of service of our African American Marines, General James Amos, 35th Commandment, U.S. Marine Corps. In recognition of the society of the times, as our fathers, sons, and brothers fought politically and social injustice overseas, Americans would slowly turn the wheels of justice for racial equality in our own nation, laying the cultural foundation for the dawn of the civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s. The fabric of our great nation is a prismatic tapestry of people, ideas, and beliefs, unified by those unforgettable words of our forefathers in our Declaration of Independence.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They arrived, they served, they lived.
Where did you see that? Oh.
Because you don't.
Okay, I didn't see.
And then you can look up. I think that's bronze.
Yeah.
I hope that
But it
doesn't.
says,
I hope that don't offend anybody where they want to take it down. But
Executive Order 8802, which prohibited racial discrimination in the national defense industry, was signed by President Franklin D. Roosevelt on June 25, 1941. Although not a law, it was the first federal action in the United States to promote equal opportunity and to prohibit employment discrimination. World War II, they served. So World War II.
Saw the first
Go ahead.
African American Marines in the service of their country since the American Revolution, with honor during a critical period of our nation's history. They fought in some of the bloodiest struggles against Japan and the South Pacific campaigns, to include Saipan, Iwo Jima, and Okinawa. Some died in these epic island battles. Others furthered their service in Korea and Vietnam. Their legacy is one of undeniable contributions to the rich history of the United States Marine Corps.
They lived. For Montford Point Marines, the trials and tribulations they endured in World War II marked only the first milestone on their long journey. Upon returning home to the United States, Montford Point Marines faced the continuance of segregation, intolerance, and marginalization. Still, these men maintained the course of the road to racial equality. Many of these Marines returned to their hometowns with rucksacks full of bittersweet memories and experience. On June 23, 1949, Secretary of the Navy Francis P. Matthews issued a landmark declaration on racial policy, which decreed equality of all persons in the Navy and Marine Corps without regard to race, color, religion, or national origin.
Oh, and here's a little bit of a sketch of their the ship channels getting into the battles
Of Pearl Harbor.
There's Saipan. I was actually on that ship. They named the ship Saipan. It was a helicopter. It was probably at one time a tank
Carrier.
transport ship, but they converted it over to a helicopter destroyer. It's probably decommissioned, so by now. But they just put the attack helicopters on it when I was on it, and I never thought to look up which battle it was. Was the Battle of Saipan?
Well, they were talking about World War II with the Pearl Harbor to the side of you.
Okay, well then you had the Palua Islands campaign, Iwo Jima, Okinawa, which I've been to, and then Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Those were two islands. In Tokyo, Japan. That's mainland Japan, but these are separate battles. And then you had the Beijing,
Tunisian or something like that. And
okay.
USR is up there.
You also had the Marshall Island campaign going on. The Ellis Island
Atoll.
Punentol, and then you had the
Islands.
Guadalcanal
Yeah.
and the Solomon Islands.
Yeah.
Solomon. Yeah, that's part of our Marine Corps practicing that we had to know that.
So, and then the World War II Black Marine Unit deployment specific theater, like for Pearl Harbor and Wake Island. But they were talking about the Palua, like the 11th and the 16th Depot Company under the 1st Marine Division, ammo, Battle of Okinawa, Operation Iceberg, and occupation of Japan and occupation of North China.
Yep.
For their services. So we're going to keep on rolling. Did you see that the background is with the stars all the way down?
Oh, nice. Those are Gold Star.
Yeah,
families.
Gold Star
Maybe
families.
for the families.
Yeah.
That's
Well, let me see what it said. There's the flags flying. This wall of stars symbolizes the approximately 20,000 African American fighting men who once stood at Montford Point Camp like this cadre of stars to become United States Marines. Each star, smartly assembled in close formation, represents those men whose names have and have not been lost to history. The five-pointed star can be found in many places, from the night sky in a child's drawing to representing ancient world religions. Likewise, what the five-pointed star symbolizes changes drastically with each culture's interpretation. Its significance has followed the course of human history for thousands of years. Success, achievement, and triumph are indicated by gold color. In color psychology, gold is associated with abundance, well-being, and prosperity. It implies prestige, sophistication, elegance, and affluence. So not everybody knows about the ribbon around the tree, but it actually honors or supports the troops. And thank you to the troops of the past and the future. And go in peace as they came in peace. And y'all go attack the day in your neighborhood. Push that like button. And thanks for watching.